Good morning, guys. Well, this morning is an early morning for me. I already made my coffee, and the sun just now came up, and I'm about to start getting dressed and get ready for the day. I am driving a little over 2 hours today, and I'm driving to Phoenix for a very special day in my life today. This is definitely going to be one for the books. So if you guys haven't been following my channel for a while, then you won't know about this. So I'll just go ahead and do a little short recap of it. I had actually, for the ones that have been following my channel too, you guys don't know about this part. So I'll go ahead and tell you guys why I did what I did. But okay, so anyways, long story short, when I was in Tennessee visiting my friend Jennifer on my travels, me and Jennifer were out to eat at a restaurant having lunch, and I get a phone call. And when I got a phone call, I answered it, and it was somebody asking to speak to my dad. Now, you guys know my dad has passed away. So I was thinking it was a bill collector or something. So I tell the lady that my dad has passed away. I'm the daughter, so on and forth. So she starts going into this long story. So I walk outside the restaurant to go talk to her. And she starts telling me that her grandmother, she thinks her grandmother's related to my dad. And she's been searching for her grandmother's side of the family for a long time, and she was able to find my dad and all this other stuff. And she knew my dad's mother's name. She knew my dad's name. She knew his birthday. She knew his middle name. Just all this stuff or whatever. So I'm thinking, now let me tell you guys this real quick. My dad was always very secretive about his side of the family. I met my dad for the first time at 30 years old. I hired a private investigator to find him. And then that's why I moved to Vegas, because that's where he lived at. And I moved there to get to know him, have a relationship. And yeah, so the whole time that I had him in my life, he was very secretive about his personal life. And he never talked about his side of the family or anything. I always asked him repeatedly if he had any other kids or if I was the only kid. And he would always tell me that he had no other kids. So that was the one thing that I was very adamant about, by the ways. I never was pushy with my dad about anything, because I was just happy to have him in my life. So yeah, so this, I'm already losing train of thought. This lady that called, she starts telling me all this stuff and everything. And, so I'm getting excited that, oh my God, I think I'm like finally starting to meet some of my dad's side of the family. So we talked to each other for about 3 weeks, back and forth on the phone, text messages, just back and forth. And she would send me like some paperwork and some pictures and stuff. And so finally it just got to the point that I was like, look, we're not going to find out if my dad is related to your grandmother unless we do some DNA testing. Now, let me tell you guys, the reason why I said I want to do the DNA testing is because I have had already 3 different people run reports on me. And I've had 3 different people, 3 different subscribers actually pay those companies to find out my phone number. And when you can pay those companies online to try to find out my phone number, you can also find out my parents' names. You can find out old addresses. You can find out a lot of things. Because when those 3 different people did that, I looked into those companies, and you can find out all kinds of stuff on a person. And by the ways, do not do that, because if you guys pay a company and try to find my phone number, I will block you guys. I will not reply. So my phone number is my private thing, and it's the only private thing that I have. So those 3 different people over this past year that did that, they were blocked, and they can no longer call me, text me, or anything. So don't waste your money. So yeah. So I started worrying about that, because then my friend Jennifer and my aunt were just like, hey, you know, you've had these people pay these companies and stuff like that. You need to be a little bit weary. So I told the lady, I said, look, the only way we're going to find out if this is true is if we do some DNA testing. So I bought the 23andMe kit and the Ancestry.com kit. I bought both of them. And I'm not familiar with them, so that's why I got both of them. So I told the lady that I got the kits and everything. She was supposed to get a kit for them to, you know, do the DNA and everything also. So I got the kits, took the tests, sent off my DNA, and a month later, really late at night, I get my results back. And my results, when I got them back, my 3 highest matches that I had were 2 ladies and a guy. Now, the guy, I knew that I had a brother out there somewhere, because I knew that my mom, when she was really, really young, before she had me, I knew that my mother had a son, and she gave the son up for adoption. So I always knew that I had a brother out there somewhere. So the guy that was my 3rd highest match on the DNA kits was my brother, which was crazy. So I expected that, and I knew that. So my highest match, though, were the 2 ladies, and I was confused about that. So I was completely confused about that. And so then I wrote one of the ladies, the one that had the highest match with me, and I wrote her, and she finally wrote me back. And then we went back and forth. We talked on the phone, long story short. Turns out she's my sister. And so then she tells me that the other lady that was my match is my sister also. So come to find out, my dad did have other kids. So my dad didn't know about the oldest lady, because she was given up for adoption by her mother. But my dad didn't know about the other lady. And remember, I said my dad was very secretive about things. Why? I don't know. He was a very stubborn person and just very secretive. So he did know about the other lady, though. So I had a hard time dealing with the emotions and everything about me having the 2 sisters. It wasn't that hard knowing about my brother, because that was expected and I knew about him. But the 2 sisters, I just went through an emotional roller coaster with. Mostly because you guys know what I went through with my father. There's no need for me to repeat that. If you guys are new to my channel, you can go back and see, you know, because I do talk about it in some of my videos, but I don't want to talk about it right now. So, you know, just what I went through with my father and how he was all the years that I knew him. It was very difficult with my dad, in the years that I had him in my life. He was just a very difficult person. So yeah, so that's why I went through the emotional roller coasters. Like, I went through anger, I went through happiness, I went through everything, because, and the anger part was just, why didn't my father let me know that he had other kids? Like, why? You know, why was he so secretive? So, you know, kept in touch with the one lady. We talked on the phone. When we talked on the phone the first time, I felt like we knew each other forever. Like, it just flowed so good talking to her. And then the other one, you know, I finally messaged her back, and she messaged me, and yeah. So long story short, we all decided that we wanted to meet face to face. Yeah. And just meet. And so we had it all planned, because I'm in Arizona right now. One of the ladies, she lives in Colorado, but she actually has a house here in Arizona too. And then the other lady lives in another state. I'm not going to say where. So yeah, so the lady, the other two ladies, my sisters, it feels so weird to say that. My two sisters, they just got plane tickets, and we set a date for us to go meet. And today is that day. So I am driving a little over 2 hours to Phoenix to go meet my two older sisters. So it's crazy, because I grew up my whole entire life from 3 years old till 17 in and out of foster homes and group homes. No other siblings. And the one thing I always wanted in my life was family. Like, I always just wished that I had family. That's why I looked for my dad, you know. And then my aunt, I know that you guys know she's my best friend and everything, but we didn't really start getting close until I kind of met my dad. And, you know, I was enjoying having my father and some kind of family in my life. And so then I had my aunt, you know. So, yeah, it's crazy that I am about to go meet two sisters that I never knew about ever at 45 years old. And I can only imagine how they feel too. They do have other siblings and everything, from their mom or their adopted family and stuff. So they do have other siblings, but I don't. So this is crazy. So that's what I'm doing today. Going to drive a little over 2 hours to go meet my two sisters. And already after talking to them a little bit, you know, just through text and phone, they seem to be pretty cool, pretty awesome. So I'm pretty excited, nervous, all that good stuff. And hope today goes well. I can't wait. And of course, I'm going to share this with y'all. I think I'm just going to film just a little bit, though. I'm not going to film all of it, because this is a special moment for the three of us. And I think there just should be some stuff that we just keep between the three of us. So yeah, time to get dressed, get on the road, and go meet my two sisters. Came all the way out here. Well, not all the way, because it was only 2 hours away from where I was at. So not too far of a drive. But came to Phoenix, Arizona to come meet my two sisters for the very first time. And now you guys get to meet my two sisters. So this is Patricia. Patty. This is Kimberly.
Hi, guys.
So these are my two sisters.
Hi.
Do you guys think we look alike?
What do you think?
I think so.
Take my glasses off.
I think so.
I think so.
We think it's the nose.
We decided we have the same nose.
So yeah, it's been really awesome hanging out and yeah, hanging out with my sisters. Kind of feels a little weird to say that, but okay. Red is mine, and black. Red and black. Black or yeah, black, pink, and yellow are mine.
Well, I really only wear blue, black, and gray because I want to keep my things simple. I love your.
Well, I just got back from driving all the way to Phoenix. It was like a 2-hour and 15-minute drive to go meet my two sisters. Both of them flew into Phoenix, and we all just met there in Phoenix, which I thought was pretty awesome that everybody just came in to meet each other. So the meeting went pretty good. They're pretty awesome, both of them. Yeah, we all seem to think we have the same nose. But yeah, both of them are pretty awesome. We both, all three of us seem to have grown up with some rough times in our life. We have a lot of common, which is kind of crazy. So not knowing each other, just sitting there talking to them and everything was it's just really crazy how much we have in common. So we're like on a group text message with each other now, and we're all going to keep in touch with each other, and we're talking about maybe the three of us all meeting up once a year and making that a thing. So I think that's pretty awesome. So yeah, it's crazy to grow up with no siblings and be the only child, and then at 45 years old to find out that I have two sisters and a brother, which I knew about my brother, and he's next for me to meet, but he's all the way over in Georgia, so I have to go all the way over there again to go meet him. But yeah, the two sisters were from my dad's side of the family, from my dad, and then my brother is from my mom's side of the family, so I'm pretty excited to go meet my brother also. But yeah, it was definitely interesting, definitely crazy. They're both older than me, and I'm just excited. It kind of sucks that it's been so long not knowing them and having them in my life, but I'm thankful to have met them now and to have found them now, and I'm thankful to start a relationship with them. And yeah, it feels weird saying sisters and brother, like it feels so weird, but today was a good day. It was a good day. I'm excited to see how our relationships, with each other just end up. I think it's gonna be good. So yeah. Also, they were pretty cool about me wanting to film the whole entire thing, but I only wanted to film a little bit because this was something special for the three of us, and it was something I'm sure that all three of us were maybe a little nervous about. So I didn't want to film us meeting, us sitting down talking. So what you guys saw is what I basically just filmed, and I thought that was appropriate. You guys know I love to share my life with you guys, so I wanted to share this with y'all, but there was just certain things that I thought was something that should have just been kept between the three of us. But I'm thankful that they let me film them a little bit and so I could share with you guys, and they watch my channel too, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, Now I gotta figure out when I'm gonna meet my brother. That's next.